up, Sauce Gang, and welcome back to the channel. Hot Sauce Beats here with a banger film theory reaction for you, and I'm hyped for this because this one's gonna be about Alan Becker. Well, not him, but film theory, animator versus animation lore will make you cry. And this is about the really cool thing that Alan Becker and his team did with Green Stick Figure becoming a content creator. I'm beyond hyped for this chat, but before we peep it out, please show Film Theory some love by subscribing to the channel and chat. We're trying to get 250,000 subs. So if you haven't yet, please smash that subscribe button, join the Sauce Gang family. But enough talking, let's get to reacting and roll that bomb ass intro.
Hot Sauce Beats is finally here. Hot Sauce Beats is finally here. Eat, sleep, make beats. Eat, sleep, make beats.
Hot Sauce Beats. Woo woo. Oh, it's time for some film theory.
Animator versus animation made me cry. Yeah, really, this little YouTube series about stick figures fighting made me emotional, and it'll do the same to you.
It's a little sad.
Hello, internets. Welcome to Film Theory, the show that wants to say, "What's up, gang? It's your boy, Lee. Leave a comment and smash that subscribe button."
Boy.
Sorry, don't know what came over me. So today we're diving into a real classic here, animation versus animator. If you don't know, the animation versus videos are a long-running series right here on YouTube.com.
He's only got 30 million subs.
Alan Becker. When it comes to online animation, this guy is one of the OGs. Some of his work dates back all the way to the days of Newgrounds in like 2006. These are Bush-era memes that I remember watching in middle school. The premise is incredibly simple. It started as an animator creating a stick figure and putting him through all sorts of family-friendly torture before the stick figure has had enough and fights back. Literally. The figure breaks the fourth wall and uses parts of the computer desktop and programs to do battle against the human. These videos went mega viral and eventually spun off into other videos about the animations taking on everything from Minecraft to Mario to Pokemon, and even concepts like math and geometry. Now that's great, you love to see it, but I never really put a ton of thought into this series. Well, that was until a ton of you awesome loyal theorists in the comments and over on our subreddit recommended we take a look at it. And honestly, there's a ton of lore in this series, more than I expected. Enough that there's more than one theory in here.
So is this going to be on all of it?
Today,
I thought it was just going to be on.
I want to focus on the latest story arc in this series, which saw one of its animation characters, the green one, simply named Green, become an influencer online. Yeah, they straight up started a real YouTube channel and everything. And while on the surface, this sounds like a fun, cutesy story arc, by the end of it, the Animation Versus series explores the darker side of social media, the effects it can have on our brains, and the negative impact it can have on our relationships. And no joke, it also made me genuinely emotional by the end of it. Like, I didn't have be moved by the story of a green stick man on my bingo card for this year, but here we are. So yeah, today we're gonna dive into the story of Green's influencer arc and what we can learn from it as individuals, and maybe, more importantly, what we can learn from it as a platform, as YouTube as a whole. Yeah, this one goes deep. Get ready to make some trick shots, loyal theorists. We're going in. So I think the best way to tackle this is going through each individual episode and seeing what analysis we can make along the way. Cool? Cool. The first episode of Green's influencer arc starts like a lot of YouTubers did back in the day. All of the stick figures are filming themselves playing basketball and making cool trick shots, Dude Perfect style. Also, shout outs to Green for making sure that they're recording horizontal. That's the way. They then edit the video inside of Adobe Premiere. That's a common video editing software, before uploading it to YouTube so they can all watch it together. Happy with the results, they then start experimenting, adding special effects and getting ambitious with their storylines. They create a new video all about a superhero fighting a monster, but go overboard with the effects, resulting in a glitchy, pixelated mess. So they go back to the drawing board, dial back the effects, and upload a newer version straight to YouTube. Now, of course, it wouldn't be an Animation Versus episode without a good old-fashioned fight sequence, so cue the glitchy video coming to life, doing battle against the gang, and then being defeated and thrown into the recycle bin. All's well that ends well. And hey, Green even looks at his phone and sees a positive comment on their video. Okay, so far so good. The gang uploaded a video for goofs, had fun doing it, defeated a bad guy, and people liked it too. But sadly, things can't stay all sunshine and roses. See, in episode 2, while the stick figures are trying to shoot their new video, Green is continuously getting distracted by notifications on his phone. His channel, slowly but surely, started getting subs. More and more people are watching, and people are leaving comments. This starts consuming all of Green's attention, to the point where he's distracted from even filming videos. The thing he enjoyed doing in the first place. This is actually a pretty accurate depiction of what social media like YouTube comments can do to your psyche and the effects it can have on someone's mental health and well-being. And sadly, this is what a lot of social media is based on. Whenever you get a like or a positive comment on a video or a post or whatever, it triggers a release of dopamine in our brains. To put it simply, that's the feel-good hormone our body gives us to make us feel rewarded by something. This can be triggered by any number of things: eating good food, listening to music you like, even just getting a lot of sunlight and exercise. But one of the biggest triggers of dopamine is social interaction and verbal affirmation. Now, if this was just from people you knew in real life, that's totally normal and good. I think all of us want to get complimented and supported by people in our life, but this can get super complicated when you factor in social media. Studies show that getting social interaction and affirmation online is basically the same to your brain as getting that in person. So every time that Green's getting a new like or a nice comment or a subscriber, he's getting a hit of that feel-good dopamine, and his brain is going to want more. Now, normally, I guess that would be fine, but the big problem comes in when the reality of the internet hits.
Give me some more, give me some more!
I don't think I need to tell you that sometimes the comments aren't so nice, and Green really takes all of that feedback to heart. For example, one of the comments goes all Edna mode and says, "Nutcakes!" So Green stops their new video mid-filming and rips the cape off of Orange. And this isn't an isolated incident. Before long, Green is following every whim of his comments section. He's told that he should do a vlog, so he starts vlogging. Some comments call his friends useless or not good, so he cuts them from videos or removes them from the channel. His friends want to make more superhero videos, but Green outright refuses because one comment says, "No more superheroes." For all of the dopamine hits that Green gets from the positive comments, this is the unfortunate flip side. And sadly, the human brain just prioritizes negativity. See, our brains are hardwired to remember more negative comments than positive ones. This is something called negativity bias, which means that we see and react to negative information far quicker. This is one of those things left behind by evolution. If our ancestors didn't react to and remember something bad happening to them quickly, well, that could literally kill them. Nowadays, the stakes are usually much lower, so we've had to figure out how to apply this in the modern world. Because of this, studies have found that in professional settings, the ideal praise to criticism ratio should be about 5 compliments to 1 criticism in order to keep your team productive. Meanwhile, in personal relationships, you should try to keep it to 3 positive comments for every negative one. But the problem comes in with social media and content creation, which can throw off this delicate balance of positive and negative feedback. I can tell you from firsthand experience, you can get tons of awesome, positive, constructive feedback, but one mean or unnecessary comment can stay with you for weeks. And ultimately, this can lead to risk aversion in your decision making. You might choose not to do something you want to just because you don't want to risk that negative feedback. You don't want the negative YouTube comments calling you out, making you feel awful, and depriving you from that sweet, sweet dopamine. Exactly like what we see happen with Green. When folks in the comments start critiquing the videos, sometimes offhandedly or without a ton of thought, he makes those major changes to the channel and sometimes straight up deletes older videos. Green is totally controlled by the need for that feel-good moment. But of course, this isn't the only way to go. This behavior can cause or make worse mental health issues like anxiety or depression as you become trapped in a cycle of overthinking every move. What will the comments say? What if they don't like it? Should I even post this? What's even the point? Ironically, these negative feelings can lead your body to crave even more dopamine, which we actually see with Green as he checks the comments the moment he uploads a video, looking for that validation, all of which leads him to make some pretty disastrous decisions. By the end of the episode, Green has completely changed his channel and content. He makes way more vlogs and reaction videos than the content that the group started making in the first place, distancing himself from his friends. But the final straw comes when he pulls a cruel prank on them, tricking them and dropping them into Minecraft lava. No amount of "chill, it's just a prank, bro" is gonna defuse that situation. Thankfully, the stick friends survive more or less unscathed, but they blow up at Green and try to take his phone away. Green refuses, and the friends part ways. Now alone, Green just sits in his room, creating more content that's clearly hollow, and constantly refreshing the comments hoping that new ones will be posted. Ugh, believe me, for anyone who's ever made a YouTube video, this hits really close to home. The content creation and comments have now had a direct and significant negative impact on Green's life and relationships. That pursuit of dopamine, the satisfaction of receiving views and likes and comments, has led him to focus more on the content than the people behind it. The people in his life that were the whole reason that he started making YouTube videos in the first place. This extends into episode 3 with Green constantly checking his comments and analytics, but he's totally unaware of what's going on outside. See, remember that rejected video from earlier, the glitchy one with all of the special effects that got pixelated? Well, it survived in the recycling bin and joined forces with all of the other rejected videos to form a giant monster. It escapes, with the other stick figures trying to fight it, but they are quickly overwhelmed as the monster tries to hack into Green's YouTube to escape. All as Green is just uploading videos of his bedroom or video tours of their house, unaware of the carnage outside. But it's just not hitting the same anymore. Green is clearly feeling down and struggling, lying in bed as the quality of his content has nosedived. What's happening here? I mean, other than the giant video kaiju. Well, what's happening with Green here is the result of something called dopamine tolerance. When your brain receives the same level of dopamine from stimulation, like say continued likes and comments and seeing your subscription numbers go up, your body will become more tolerant to that level of dopamine, or your brain will release less of it, meaning that what it does get has little to no effect. And this kind of dopamine numbness can have larger knock-on effects too, reducing the sensitivity of your dopamine receptors in general. That would mean that anything that used to give you those good feelings, like eating food or hanging out with friends or whatever, none of it is going to satisfy you anymore. And without those hits of dopamine coming in as much as we'd like, if at all, you can become increasingly more depressed, which can then make the things that once gave you joy make you feel nothing.
It's a vicious cycle.
An effect of depression called anhedonia. That is what's happening with Green here. No matter what he does, no matter how high his numbers go, his body literally cannot make him feel as good as when they were successful early on. This becomes a real problem because, like we talked about earlier, our brains love dopamine. They crave it and want more, and if you're not getting the same hit as before, it can alter your behavior, leading you to make poor and impulsive decisions. So Green, who was once obsessed with quality videos because of all of the positive feedback, is now pushing out slop just to try to get more and more dopamine. Fortunately, not all is lost for our stick buddy Green here. He starts to feel sad and regrets how he treated his friends. He remembers how and why they started the channel to make fun things together, and acknowledges that he cared more about the online attention than his friends, apologizing and deciding that he needs to take a break from YouTube. This is incredible self-reflection on Green's part, recognizing that he has changed and not for the better, and that he wants to try to rebuild the relationships with his friends. He goes outside to find them, and of course stumbles across the havoc created by the video kaiju. Cue another awesome fight scene and the gang defeating the monster through the power of friendship, right? Well, not quite. See, during the battle, Green realizes that the only way to really stop this monster, to stop this fighting, it isn't by beating it down or deleting it. No, it's by embracing its imperfections. Green uploads many of the deleted or rejected videos to his YouTube channel, the stuff that was janky or weird or cut because the comments told him to. And with each upload, the video kaiju gets weaker and weaker. By the end, Green uploads that very first superhero video that the friends all made, the one that looked like it was filmed on a potato with broken effects and pixels everywhere, and that defeats the monster once and for all. The friends all make up, hugging it out and going to play basketball, and though Green's phone buzzes with the new comment, he chooses to leave it behind for now and spend time with the real people in his life. So that's the story of the influencer arc and a bit of an analysis, but that's only part of the message of this series and why it affected me so much. Like, yeah, a lot of the story is about spending time with the people in your life who affirm you and help you be a better person. Whether they're in person or on Discord or whatever, real relationships are always going to be healthier than the ones you have with an anonymous comment section. And science backs that up. Studies have shown that interacting with people in person results in significant shifts in mood, mental well-being, and positive personal outlook. Fewer but higher quality relationships will also always be better and increase your emotional richness. But for me, what impacted me emotionally, there was a real bittersweet nostalgia in this series. I've been working on YouTube making videos about little things that I love for over 10 years now. Like, my first video was a love letter to the dude that made the Game Boy of all things, and oh, oof, College Lee sure was a look. Videos back then, when YouTube was still very much a wild west, whether it was from dudes in their college dorms like me or creators like Matt, everything had a jank to it that just made it feel real. real, made it feel genuine. Nowadays, a lot of YouTube and social media feels artificial. Creators show you a very carefully curated version of themselves and their lives, and I get why. For a lot of us, this is a business. Videos are so polished because they have employees to take care of, bills, and taxes. But these personas that a lot of creators build, they're not real. And that can be harmful, yes, in all of the ways we've talked about today with the creators, but also for the viewers who feel like they aren't good enough because their lives look nothing like these overly polished ones they see online. So the fact that the thing that defeated the video kaiju here in this series, that brought these friends back together after all of the vlogs and the pranks and the mean comments tore them apart, that it was embracing an old, janky video with mistakes and weird choices, something they made for the fun of it just because they had a genuine passion, man, that hits close to home. It's a nice reminder of why we all started this in the first place. And honestly, I think all of YouTube could use that right now. I think just like the animations here, we'd all be a little better off just letting go and appreciating the jank of it for a bit. But hey, that's just a theory. A film theory.
Thanks for watching.
Up next on Film Theory. There's nothing sadder than a lone chicken nugget, and that's exactly what we're seeing happen to our beloved doggo. But thankfully, there's a way to cheer up this lonely pup, and today we're going to bring this demigod of chaos.
Chicken nugget, Lord, let me bring you in, sauce gang. Yeah, Alan Becker and their team made something really, like, fun, interactive, and special with the whole green stick figure content creator arc. And it was crazy how they did it, that even, like, in real life, the things were being uploaded or deleted, like, just how they were in the video. So that was pretty cool, and I love that Film Theory covered it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Please show Film Theory some love by subscribing to the channel and chat. We're trying to get 250,000 subs, so if you haven't yet, please smash that subscribe button, join the Sauce Gang family, enjoy the rest of your day, and remember, it's eat, sleep, and make beats, and as usual, we come on another. That's all I got. Boom, I'm out. Got nothing but love for the Sauce Gang.